Coming up on Lindenwood News, St. Charles County Police partner with federal immigration authorities, what the new agreement means for the community.
Plus, we discuss the future of Lindenwood men's Division I hockey team in postseason competition.
And we explore emotional highlights from the Artemis mission to the moon.
Those stories and more are coming up on Lindenwood News. Hello and welcome to Lindenwood News. I'm Nicole Schaefer.
And I'm Kay Copeland. St. Charles County Council unanimously approved a partnership last month with U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. The agreement falls under the federal 287G program, allowing up to 10 officers to be trained to assist with immigration enforcement.
This doesn't put us under ICE control. It doesn't make us follow things that are outside our procedures. We're an internationally accredited agency. We do things at the highest level and we follow the highest standards, and we'll continue to do that. This changes nothing.
County officers will train to check immigration status, streamlining the process of turning individuals over to federal authorities. The county has worked with federal immigration for more than 2 decades, most recently assisting in a 2025 raid at a St. Charles restaurant where more than a dozen workers were arrested. Community members voiced their dissent to county leaders.
If you want to keep St. Charles a nice place to live, ICE does not belong in St. Charles. Thank you.
On campus, Canadian student Julia Schoonbert echoes similar sentiments.
I think that they will be racially profiling against people that look like they are not American. I definitely think it would be smart for the university to move forward, maybe having meetings about being prepared for something happening on campus or even in the public, just to know how to react and what to do.
Schoonbert also has a message for those in support of the measure.
As an opportunity, and I think that sending them away out of this country is taking away their opportunity, and that they're not trying to do any harm being here, and they're just trying to make a better life for themselves and even help out this country as well.
County officials maintain that the agreement will only apply to individuals already in custody, and say local police will continue following existing procedures.
With the conclusion of the NCAA Frozen Four tournament, we asked Lindenwood men's Division I hockey head coach Keith Fisher and player Michael Bevilacqua on their thoughts about the team's postseason future. The team's rapid improvement since moving up to Division I, a potential visit to the Frozen Four, may not be so far away in the future.
I think the best part is just being around the guys. You know what, I think Lindenwood hockey program is the stock. I'd be buying it right now. I just look at the foundation that the guys have set and the expectations that we had not only this year but going into the future. And I anticipate us, within the next, hopefully next year, but maybe in the near future, getting into a league. And I think the program is just growing along with the school is just growing every year. Not every school in the country is growing right now, so Lindenwood's in a great spot. Not only campus, community there is growing, and I think the whole athletic department, and then especially the hockey program is growing. We're going to get more people in the building. We're going to have more wins. We're going to have an NHL player. So, I'm really excited about the future.
The Frozen Four would be awesome. Obviously, it's every hockey player's dream come true to win a national championship and move on further to pros, but that would be a lifelong dream. I think obviously you have freshmen coming in this year, so they have to get used to the college atmosphere. Like we played in Maine this year, that's a whole new ball game for freshmen. So getting that and letting them experience that, I think those guys, the freshmen, are going to have unreal careers, and especially here, they're going to be huge for us. So I'm excited for that, and I think it'll just keep growing and growing.
While colleges such as Denver and Western Michigan remain at the top for now, Lindenwood University may just see itself roaring its way to being the champions of the highest level of college hockey. And with that in mind, keep your eye on LU's future standings. You never know what could happen.
In national news, Pope Leo is standing by the Bible's message of peace in response to criticism from President Donald Trump. The first American pontiff says he is not afraid of the Trump administration and will continue to speak out against the U.S.'s war with Iran. As he boarded a plane Monday for a trip to Africa, Pope Leo responded to Trump's Sunday comments calling the pontiff terrible for foreign policy.
The things that I say are certainly not meant as attacks on anyone. And the message of the gospel is very clear. Blessed are the peacemakers. I will not shy away from announcing the message of the gospel, of inviting all people to look for ways of building bridges for peace and reconciliation, of looking for ways to avoid war anytime that's possible, to put my message on the same plane as what the president has attempted to do here, I think is not understanding what the message of the gospel is. And I'm sorry to hear that, but I will continue on what I believe is the mission of the church.
The recent public exchanges between the two stem from Trump's online post last week, threatening to kill a whole civilization if Iran did not agree to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Pope Leo calls that unacceptable.
In last week's segment, we covered the Artemis mission and how they broke the record for the furthest distance humans have traveled from Earth. Now the crew has returned, and the mission delivered several remarkable and emotional moments. The Orion spacecraft re-entered Earth's atmosphere with a perfect splashdown in the ocean and successfully completed its mission and returned safely to Earth as a part of Artemis 1. Beyond its technical achievements, the mission was defined by deeply human moments along the way. One of the most memorable highlights unfolded during an emotional message from pilot Victor Glover, underscoring the humanity and meaning behind space exploration.
You guys are talking to us because we're in a spaceship really far from Earth, but you're on a spaceship called Earth that was created to give us a place to live in the universe, in the cosmos. I think maybe the distance we are from you makes you think what we're doing is special, but we're the same distance from you, and I'm trying to tell you, just trust me, you are special. In all of this emptiness, this is a whole bunch of nothing, this thing we call the universe. You have this oasis, this beautiful place that we get to exist together. This is an opportunity for us to remember where we are, who we are, and that we are the same thing and that we got to get through this together.
Another memorable highlight came when the crew named a lunar crater, Carol, in honor of the late wife of Commander Reed Wiseman, who unfortunately had passed away.
It was getting emotional there, and I think when Jeremy spelled Carol's name, Carroll, I think for me that's when I was overwhelmed with emotion. And
a number of years ago, we started this journey in our close-knit astronaut family, and we lost a loved one. There's a feature in a really neat place on the moon, and it is on the near side, far side boundary. In fact, it's just on the near side of that boundary, and so at certain times of the moon's transit around Earth, we will be able to see this from Earth. And so we lost a loved one. Her name was Carol, the spouse of Reed, the mother of Katie and Ellie. And we would like to call it Carol.
just for me personally, that was kind of the pinnacle moment of the mission for me. That was, I think, where the four of us were the most forged, the most bonded, and we came out of that really focused on that day ahead. I think that was a very caging moment for the four of us.
While the mission marks a significant step forward in space exploration, its most lasting impact may lie in moments like these, where achievement meets emotions and humanity.
The 2026 Masters Tournament has concluded, with Rory McIlroy winning back-to-back green jackets. McIlroy's performance was a masterclass in precision. After a blistering 5 under par on Saturday, he played a disciplined final round, carding a 1 under 71. He relied on a superior scrambling game, finishing the week leading the field in greens in regulation. The turning point came at the par 5 15th, where a clutch birdie kept him a single stroke ahead of a charging Scotty Scheffler. While Scheffler's putter kept things close until the 18th hole, McIlroy's ball striking proved too consistent to overcome. By finishing at 12 under par, McIlroy enters an elite circle. He becomes the first player to successfully defend his Masters title since Tiger Woods in 2001 and 2002. Only 3 other men, Jack Nicklaus, Nick Faldo, and Tiger Woods, have ever won back-to-back at Augusta. The Northern Irishman is now $4 million richer and looks to continue this trend going into the PGA Championship next month.
Las Vegas is giving a huge honor to one of the city's biggest contributors. Last Friday, the city renamed a stretch of Las Vegas Boulevard after 16-time Grammy winner Bruno Mars. The street was renamed to Bruno Mars Drive, recognizing his longtime residency and its lasting impact on the Las Vegas Strip, as well as his recent $1 million donation to children's hospitals. Mars is the second person in Las Vegas history to have a street named after them, following Elvis Presley. That's it for this edition of Lindenwood News.
Thanks for joining us.